Tell me what you thought of Dove Cameron! Yeah, really, really pleasantly surprised. And people do need to be aware that they're not paying to see a performer, they're paying to see a show. Hey, how are you? I hope that you're well. The other day, I went to go and see Light on the Piazza, which is on at the South Bank Centre in London's South Bank. So I went to go and see this show because I had heard that it was going to be really good. So I managed to get some cheap tickets and I was on my way. So I knew some things about it and I just thought I would talk about it today. I haven't planned this video in any way other than just like, I'm going to talk about my opinions. So Renee Fleming was playing the mum and I actually saw her in Carousel last year. I saw her last performance and when she did her bow, she stepped back. People had thrown roses on the stage for it. She stepped back, slipped on a rose, and fell over. Everyone in the audience was like, I've never seen an audience and everyone on stage instinctively be pulled towards somebody before in my life. It was so weird. Everyone was like, because, you know, she's not like super young. You're like, are you gonna be okay? But she was fine. She's made a full recovery, and here she is at the South Bank Centre in the Light on the Piazza. Light in the Piazza? Just Light in the Piazza. No, the. I thought she was great. She's got a lovely voice. Like the whole show was very operatic, and we know I love a contemporary musical. I love a more legit sound, but I do love me some contemporary. So it was never gonna be like, this is what I'm gonna listen to every day of my life from now on. But I did think I would enjoy it, and I did enjoy it. You know, I enjoyed Renee Fleming's performance. Rob Houchin, oh my goodness. So I'd seen him before in Eugenius, and I really enjoyed him. I don't remember if I saw him in Les Mis. I feel like maybe I did. I saw it when Carrie was in it, and I know that he was her Marius, but I don't know if he was on. Because it was when I'd first started watching her videos, and I was like, I'm gonna see a famous YouTuber in Les Mis. So I don't really remember anything much about the rest of the show. OG Carrie Stan. Woo. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Rob Houchin. I didn't know what to expect. I heard that he was very good, but oh my goodness, he blew me away. He was so sweet and so genuine. There's a moment where he's talking to Clara, where he's talking to Dove Cameron's role, and he's like saying something to her, and then he like steals a moment to like practice his English and then says it to her again. And there was something so genuine about it. It wasn't contrived at all. I just thought he was really sweet and honest, and he was perfect in my eyes. Like, I couldn't fault a single thing about him. His accent was incredible. I mean, I don't speak Italian, but he sounded pretty Italian to me. And his voice was gorgeous, and I just thought he was fantastic. Celinda, oh my goodness. Again, I never saw Celinda. I know for sure that I didn't see Celinda in Les Mis. So I saw Celinda in Barnum at the Menier last year. She was incredible. Like, the woman has got vocals to just die for. Like, I don't understand how someone can be that effortlessly talented. I'm sure it's not effortless, but it comes across that way. I thought she was amazing in the show. I wish she was in it more. She was like really sassy, and like she had a real like gravity to it. I know that sounds really weird and pretentious, but she was like really strong. She was like I sound really pretentious, but she was like earthy. Why do I think I'm like some professional reviewer? She was great. Stunning, gorgeous vocals. Everything about it was amazing. I thought the staging was really nice, like, because the theatre was huge. Oh my lord, it was massive. The orchestra were all up at the back, and then there was like a relatively small stage, really. It was quite wide but quite shallow, and I thought the space was used really nicely. There's this big like column, and there's a giant man. He had his butt facing the audience. Juicy. I thought it was lovely. I wish the ensemble had had more to do. There was lots of like big vocal moments, but it was quite principal heavy. Chloe Hart was in the show, who I love so much. So she was in Hairspray, and I also saw her in Les Mis and in Wicked, and she's somebody who I really admire. I met her at like a workshop thing. I've seen her in concert. She inspires me a lot, so it was lovely to see her on stage again. So I have never seen The Descendants. I've not seen Hairspray live, and I have seen Dumpling though, which is one of my all-time favourite films. I love it. I watch it all the time. It just makes me feel good. And Dove Cameron is in that, but she's a very small part. So I didn't really know much about her. When I said that I was going, the amount of messages I had that were like, tell me what you thought of Dove Cameron! So that's really why I'm doing this video, because I feel like people are interested to see how she did. And to be honest, when I heard that she was like the modern day Vanessa Hudgens. She's the Vanessa Hudgens of 2019. So I didn't really know what to expect, but I thought wasn't expecting much. If I'm completely honest, like, it makes me sound awful, but I wasn't expecting it to be great, because often you get people who are like really big stars for one thing and you only expect to ever see them do that thing, and then when they try and do something else you're like, is it gonna work out? I was so angry at myself because she was incredible. Like, she really blew me away. Her voice was beautiful. It was stunning. Like Celinda, it sounded really effortless. Like, it didn't look difficult for her. I do believe that she is classically trained rather than like being like a poppy person who's gone over to operatic. So it does make sense. But I thought she was wonderful, and she had a real growth throughout the show as well, like acting wise. She started off very sweet and playing the very typical ingenue, and then obviously as you go into the character, I don't want to spoil the story in case people are going to still see it or you don't know the story of the show. In the second act, she has some real heavy moments, and I thought that she was wonderful. She really commanded the stage. I thought that she led the show really beautifully, and I thought she was just fantastic. I was really pleasantly surprised. Honestly, like, amazing. And I'm really angry at myself that I was like, oh, she probably won't be that good. But honestly, she totally was. Shut up. Yeah, really pleasantly surprised. The show overall, if people are interested, as I say, I enjoyed it. It's not one that I would be like, oh, I want to rush back to see it again, only because it was a little too classical for me. There are a few songs that are just solely in Italian. Obviously, the acting and the direction things makes it clear of what's happening. I found that a little difficult. I really enjoyed it. I really did. I thought it was very much worth my time and my energy, and I'm really glad that I saw it. I feel like really lucky that I got to see it. There's been loads of controversy this week because Dove was offered performance, and they were like, Dove's cover is gonna be on. If you would like a refund, you know, contact us. And it's a bit like, dick move, you know? I understand it, and I also am annoyed by it at the same time. I suppose that's the difficult thing with star casting, because there will be people who went to go and see that show just to see her, and there will be like young kids who've got their parents, if they watch her on the Disney Channel, and then they all travel down to London, and it's the expense, and I do get it, but I think that stuff just needs to be handled better sometimes, and people do need to be aware that they're not paying to see a performer, they're paying to see a show. I mean, if I had been to see the show and I had a cover on for anybody in the show, I would always be like very exciting that I get to see a cover, because I love seeing covers. I really like seeing what people bring to a show, bring like a new energy to the performance and the cast and everybody, and I think it's always really exciting when covers go on. I am always a bit like, oh, I wish that I could see them as well. More just would encourage me to come back and see the show again. I don't know, it's a discussion for another day. So yeah, Light in the Piazza, it was great. Well done, Dove Cameron. Well done. Rob Houchin was just amazing. I thought he was fantastic. Anywho, I will see you soon. Thank you so much for watching this video. I love you lots. Bye.